Oh, fucking hell, Jesus tasted good.
It's a damn good
Listen,
meal.
you non-Catholics you're missing out on the literal body of Christ, and it's fucking delicious.
All right, and that's where we're gonna edit in. Session starting now.
I'm quite content with being able to say
All
this.
our Catholic viewers are like, yeah, I agree with this guy.
I mean, Jesus tastes good. I don't know what to say about it.
Yeah, what kind of comments are we going to get on that one? You know, the whole
Well, I mean,
Jesus tastes good.
according to the
Everyone who's not
transubstantiation,
Catholic is going to leave salty comments, obviously.
I mean, I don't know. If you believe the transubstantiation, it is literally eating Jesus, so I guess he tastes good. I don't know.
Yeah, Jesus
I
tastes
suppose
good.
that
Like,
he's
literally,
perfect. So
literally, my religion says that Jesus tastes good.
All right,
All right.
that's fabulous.
That's canon.
All right, it's canon.
I mean, it actually is canon. That's the fucked
Well,
up
yeah,
thing.
that is exactly the word they use.
That's not a meme. That's that is
It's called canon law.
yeah. That's actually where it comes from. Is that?
Yeah, it's great.
Thanks, Catholicism. All right. So, do you guys remember where we left off last time?
No.
Well, you're the one
we
who.
have a tanker. I know that. We have a tanker.
And Jonathan, you're the one who should be most concerned with where we left off last time.
And Jonathan is going to use his boon to make Ballard Prince and then get thrown out of Chicago.
If he lives.
If he lives.
No, what happened last time was that I fell asleep under something in the middle of the sun.
Yeah. So you guys.
Oh, he's in the forest. That's true.
Yeah.
He is in the forest.
You guys believe there to be some sort of intruder in your haven, or just outside your haven, or whatever. You were concerned about an intruder.
So we're sleeping down in the lab.
Yes.
Except Jonathan got sucked into a forest.
Yeah. It's a pretty accurate way to describe it.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Ryan, Steven, and Derek.
Who is in torpor.
Yeah. You guys wake up to find Terry slamming on the door to the basement.
Ha. All right. I will open it.
All right. So, yeah. He's there on the other side looking, he's like, are you okay?
I am. Is Ryan awake?
Yeah, everyone's awake.
Okay.
You all woke up at the same time because of the knocking on the door.
Okay. So Ryan, are you okay?
Aren't I?
As far as you know.
Okay.
I am fine.
Alrighty then.
This is where you notice there's someone else who's not here.
So, and I see Derek.
Yeah.
And I see the guy I have staked in the corner.
Yes.
And I don't see Jonathan.
No.
So apparently Jonathan is not okay. So I will ask Terry if Jonathan is somewhere. Now, the thing is, did we see Jonathan come into the basement with us the evening before?
It's really hard, so...
Or the morning before.
Yeah. I did have to think about, like, how to describe this. It's basically... You didn't notice him and you did not notice him, but by that point, you were basically exhausted. It's kind of like you remember going down to the basement only like someone remembers. You don't necessarily remember falling asleep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kind of, in your mind, you went in there, you went to bed. But you don't necessarily remember the moment. It's true.
So we don't remember the moment. So I don't have a recollection of it. I just remember.
So you know that he was behind you as you were going in there, and you don't really remember what you did once you got into the basement itself.
All right. Well, all right. So I will ask Terry if Jonathan is like asleep somewhere else in the house.
He doesn't know. He was on guard duty for a while. He went to the gas deal. That went off fine. But when he came back, he started like coughing and feeling sick, like he'd been poisoned or something, and then passed out. He just woke up.
Oh, well, that's not good.
And actually, he was really surprised you guys weren't up because it's well after.
Oh.
The sun has gone down.
Huh. Well, all right. Let's institute a thorough search of the house
Okay.
and see what we find out.
All right. So, I'm going to need a pair of rolls from you guys. So the first is going to be perception plus investigation.
Okay. That is 5 for me.
All right. And Ryan?
7.
All right. Well, in terms of your mundane search, you do not find any sign that anyone has broken into the house. Nothing seems amiss. Nothing is missing. Nothing's been busted.
But we don't find Jonathan.
You don't find Jonathan.
Okay.
His stuff is all still there.
Could we
Okay.
make a supernatural style
Yes,
search?
that is the
That would
the
be
second
my
roll.
next.
So it's going to be perception plus awareness for Steven, and it's going to be perception plus Malkavian time for you, Ryan.
6.
Have awareness on my sheet.
In that case, it's just going to be perception.
3. Doing a cult roll?
This isn't really an occulty kind of thing.
I thought it was a supernatural.
It is supernatural, but it's you're sensing it. Your aspects will help you with it, but
Okay.
you don't have like symbols to interpret. You don't have any clues. It's just purely like a gut
Alright.
feeling kind of thing.
Awareness is the alertness of supernatural shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like how you can't use your investigation for a
I
dodge
have
roll.
alertness. I don't have awareness. Is awareness
Yeah,
a talent
it's
or a
it's an
skill?
other. It's an it's on the
I'm gonna put it
leftmost
down,
one.
So
Yeah.
I need to get it eventually.
Yeah, occult is more based on it's a knowledge, so you have to have some kind of clue to go on to figure out what's going on. This is
Ah.
purely like a sixth
Yeah.
sense.
I'll work on getting some awareness then.
All right. So, you guys both kind of come to the impression. You guys were feeling like hunted before, basically. You felt like there was something right outside. That's why you guys were freaking out. But you don't feel that way right now. You feel like you're not necessarily safe, but it feels like whatever was here isn't anymore.
It was Jonathan.
It's Jonathan, yeah.
Jonathan isn't here anymore. It's not here anymore. I think it was Jonathan.
All right, so let's actually switch over to Jonathan now.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
So Jonathan, you wake up in this basically drainage tunnel. You are sopping wet, obviously, very uncomfortable, but you have not burned in any way.
Huh. Do I recall what happened that got me here?
Yes, you remember it with a little bit more clarity. You remember basically just teleporting. And you remember being very panicked and running into this drainage ditch because it looked like the shadowiest place you could find.
Yeah. Right. So it is nighttime now, right? Like the sun's down?
Yes.
Okay. I will exit the drainage pipe and take a look around, see if I can figure out where I am.
Okay. Give me a perception plus alertness. Well, investigation.
Investigation or alertness? Which one do you want?
Investigation.
Damn it. 3.
Is your alertness higher?
It's 4 with alertness.
I'll give you the 4. Why not?
Thanks.
It's a really low difficulty roll, so.
That's
Alright.
low enough, though.
Yeah, so you you look around, and after a little bit, you are able to find out. You're definitely in the deep woods. That seems to be pretty obvious. There is basically a trail nearby. I mean, the ditch goes right under it. It's obviously for a hiking trail. And just a little ways away, you do find basically a plaque of some kind, which is put up. And it shows like a little map of the area you're in, and it does have the name of the place. According to the plaque, you are in Spittler Woods State Park. And it is a Illinois state park, so you're obviously not too far away. You're at least in the same state as Chicago.
Right. Is it like, can I get there in foot distance or?
Absolutely not.
Damn it. All right. In terms of like miles, can I estimate how far away I am?
Well,
Why not kilometers?
Because I figures I would know miles better.
actually, to be
Sure,
fair,
you
your
can
character
work.
would also know Miles better, so.
Yeah.
And also, you know, his
I
name
would
is
hope after all
Miles,
these years you
so.
would know miles better. Hey.
So,
Fuck's sake.
yeah, you're not really sure exactly where Spittler State Park is, although on the map there is like a little, on the like little seal for Illinois, there is like a little mark for presumably where you are, and it does. You're not sure like exactly how far with the roads and everything, but you are about halfway across the state, so it's going to be in a car. It will be a number of hours to get out here.
Okay. Does that map show how I can get at least out of the woods then?
It does show a path to a parking lot where maybe you could get someone to pick you up.
All right. Was I smart enough to bring my phone? And if so, was I smart enough to take it out of my jacket and place it elsewhere while I'm asleep in the water?
Yes, your phone is. You're rich enough that you probably got it. You probably took care of your phone, you know, or at least have it waterproofed somehow. It is working and
Okay.
functioning. Yes.
Nice. Do I have a signal?
You do not immediately, and actually, your phone seems to be a little bit broken. Perhaps some of the water did get into it because, like the screen is all pixelated for some reason, and the time is all screwed up. Like it's saying that it's like January 1st, 2000, like just after midnight. Like it's reset or something.
Huh.
And after a little bit of walking around, you do manage to get one bar.
Okay. Can I just quickly send a text message to, I assume Steven has his cell phone, yeah?
You can't seem to activate the like the text functions. Like I said,
Okay,
it
this is
seems like it's
worrying.
broken.
Can I try making a call?
Yes, that does work. When you just start entering numbers on the phone, it does seem to function.
Okay, if Steven isn't the one to pick up, I will immediately close the phone.
I don't want to hear something scary.
No, I'd rather not be sure if it's not like Steven, Ryan, or, someone from there.
All right.
If it's a voice I've never heard before, I will immediately close the phone.
All right. See, if that scary lady from the ring doesn't finish saying 7 days, then I'm A-okay. Seven.
That is absolutely how it works.
Oh, nobody tested it.
All right. So, Steven.
Yeah.
Yep, you're back, and your
right.
phone starts to ring.
All right. So this is Professor Higgins. Yes.
Steven?
Jonathan.
It's Jonathan. Yeah, it's me.
Jonathan, where are you?
Apparently, I'm in Spittler Woods. And no, I don't know how I got here.
And a quick Google search will show it as like halfway across the state. Driving, it says it'll be about 3 to 4 hours to drive out there.
I would very much appreciate it if you could send someone like Terry to pick me up in the parking lot there, because I have no idea how else I'm going to get home.
Okay, well.
And as you are talking together, Jonathan, give me a perception plus awareness.
That would be 4, still.
All right.
Aspect active.
So you start to feel very uncomfortable. The feeling that you had right before you disappeared, it's basically coming back. You feel like there's something out here in the woods with you.
Oh boy. Do I sense it with aspects? Do I hear it from any specific direction? I should just all around me.
You do, Auspex is definitely helping, but it doesn't feel so much as like an enhanced sense. It's more of the premonition that there's danger around you.
Your spider sense is tingling.
Okay. So I'll whisper, I'll hang around the parking lot and I'll see you there. Then I'll hang up.
All right.
All right. Well. How did Jonathan get to Spindler Park.
And I'll obviously head towards the parking lot then and try to
Okay.
way around there.
So now can I do an occult knowledge?
Yeah, I'll handle
Okay.
both your things. All right. So first off, Jonathan, are you going to try and proceed? I assume you're trying to proceed carefully,
Yeah, yeah.
like stealthily.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, give me a dexterity plus stealth roll.
Oh boy. That would be 3.
Okay.
That's 10 to 3 dexterity.
Okay. I'm gonna look up to see what happens to you now.
Nice.
Yeah, okay. We're actually gonna wait to see what happens to you after the others. So, Steven, what is your intelligence plus occult?
It's 7, I believe.
Okay. All right. You are not really sure what could have caused this. Like, if he is teleported that sort of distance, there are certain things that could teleport you that far. There are thaumaturgical means to do that. They're usually very rare or very dangerous, and they were usually what you will do is you will have a portal in one place that you built and know it's there, and you have a portal in another place you built and know it's there, and you will go between. Like, to just zip off.
But apparently some sort of entity has grabbed him and placed
That
him
you have never heard of before, and it seems almost impossible. Like, very, very powerful. Not a good thing.
Alright. Well, Ryan, suggest we go pick up Jonathan and see if we can figure out more about this. Maybe where Jonathan is been transported to.
All right.
So is the car red? Do we have a new luxury car? Or are we still
Yes, you've got your new luxury car. It hasn't been fully kitted out with all your security features yet, but it is there, and it's going to be.
We got our stuff in the trunk.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You've got the car and everything. It's scheduled to be refitted.
But it's not currently armored.
No, not currently.
Okay. But we got all the stuff in the trunk
Yes.
that is necessary. All right. So.
Yeah, anything that doesn't have to be installed inside the car is already there.
So I will grab my satchel. Brian, you bring whatever you need to bring.
All right.
So how many guns do you take that as license to
Well-
bring with you?
Well, I mean, to my name, I have my deagle and that new sawed-off shot.
Okay.
Well, then, he mentioned the forest, right?
Yes.
Or like a park, was it?
Yeah, it is a park which is, the woods are in the title, so it's presumably some kind of foresty park.
Okay, so there's the potential for a large open space.
Yeah, if it's a state park, then yeah, probably.
Alright then, so, reckon I'll bring the sniper, or have we got like a mid-range assault rifle?
No, you don't have any sort of gun like that, but you do have the rifle.
Alright, I'll bring the rifle then, I'll get it down from the attic.
Alright. Well, Steven, you found your rifle. Ryan goes up in the attic and comes down with it.
Ryan did tell me where it was.
Oh, okay.
Because I was panicked. I was like, did somebody take the rifle? And he's like, no, I have it. And so
Alright.
I knew he had it up.
Okay.
Is he bringing it with us?
Yeah.
It might be good in the forest.
Yeah.
So, I would suggest.
Actually, it's probably kind of a handy weapon for the guy who can't walk fast to have some sort of sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Alright. So Steven can be the guy staying by the car in Overwatch mode, and you're the crazy XCOM guy that gets to run in with the shotgun and just hope he lives.
Well, he's the guy that just ran into the cave and took out Rourke by himself.
Yeah, it's true.
So, you know.
The thing you have to remember
Ryan's pretty cool.
is that guy that just runs in with the shotgun, at least 20% of the time, he comes home okay from the mission.
So, he
And
used
also
his
at
luck on
most.
Rourke from now on.
Alright. So yeah, you guys are getting into the car. You've got everything ready when, Steven, you receive a text message.
Right.
And the text message is from LeBron.
Oh, yes.
James.
He says that he has sold his drugs and he is ready to basically re-up, pay back the cash that he owes you, and get
Alright.
more drugs. And you actually don't have any drugs ready for him because you were not expecting him to sell out like this fast.
Because I'm used to Ryan, right?
Well, you also gave it to him like yesterday.
Yeah. And Ryan doesn't go through drugs that quickly.
Yeah, alright, Mary. Don't be such a fool.
So I am quite pleased with LeBron.
But it does mean you are going to have to
Huh.
do a cook.
So I need to stay home and cook, and just send Ryan and Terry
Well,
down?
You
Yes,
do need to do a
I'm
cook
waiting.
eventually to get him more drugs. Obviously, this is kind of an
Maybe
emergency.
I was going to say this is an unfortunate event. So
It's some magical being we can't possibly comprehend. I guess the wizard will stay home. Good
Yeah.
luck, Ryan.
Ryan can handle it.
Yeah, I've got drugs to make. It's more important.
Well, that's why I was questioning that I needed to do a cook right now. That's what I was.
You do
questioning.
need to
I
do
was
a
thinking,
cook, but not right now.
at this moment. So I will text LeBron back to take the night off. Because he exceeded my expectations. And I do not have product ready for him right now, but you should by, how long does it take me to cook?
I mean, you'll take a night probably to do it.
So, probably in a couple of days, because hopefully we'll get this taken care of tonight,
All right.
and then I'll cook tomorrow night, and then I will have product ready, and I will know to make more, since he is such a good salesman.
Okay.
And I'm quite pleased he'll get a bonus.
All right. So, yeah. You do have all the chemicals you need, fortunately, in the basement to do a cook, because you had to clear them all out when you moved in the tanker.
So, okay.
But yeah, you should probably
But
also
I'll
order more
have to
chemicals.
Order more supplies.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, so Terry and I have our list of things to do. But
Yeah.
right now, we need to go save Jonathan.
Yeah. I mean, you're just sitting in the passenger seat. You can make up a list, a to-do list.
All right. Good.
All right. So, Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
You are kind of trying to be quiet when you get, like, the feeling of unease is definitely getting worse. And as you are stalking through the woods, you basically round a corner, and through the trees, you can see there is some sort of figure there. You can barely make out what it looks like. It looks like just a tall man to you, basically. But it is on the path in front of you.
All right. So gesture towards it, see if it's noticed me.
It seems like it definitely should have, but it gives no response to you.
I'll try to walk in a half circle around it while keeping an eye on it.
All right. Yeah. So, as you are kind of starting to go around it, you basically you start to feel sick again, like you were before you teleported, and you start to basically cough and hack, and you almost feel like you're going to throw up, basically.
Does looking away from it help?
Yes, it does. When you quickly look back to check it, though, you get like a premonition of danger again. You look up and you can see that it's actually come closer to you. And, again, the sickness is starting to feel worse. It did feel better when you looked away.
Alright. Let's spend a blood point on celerity and get ready to break into a full sprint.
Alright.
To get away from this thing.
Give me a strength plus athletics.
Can I spend a blood point now to boost strength and then celerity next turn, or do I have to do it the other way around?
You would spend it for celerity first and then spend it to do your strength. because you have to wait until the next turn to use your celerity anyway.
Okay, because strength is only 2. That's a problem. It's better than the one it used to be.
Yeah, that's true.
So 2 strength.
Okay. And no athletics.
Celerity is next turn.
All right.
And I'll occasionally like glance back at it to see if I can stop it from moving that way.
Okay. Yeah, basically, as you are, it seems to be, give me a wits roll. Just straight wits.
2.
All right. Yeah, as you're running away, this thing does seem to be following you. It does seem to move mostly when it's out of sight of you. It seems just stock still every time you're looking at it. But it does seem to be sticking to the path.
Am I outrunning it or is it keeping pace?
It seems to be keeping pace with you.
Alright. And when celerity kicks in still?
Yes.
If I try to go a bit off the beaten path, will that like make it stay away from me?
It does seem to, you start to feel a little bit better as you feel like you're getting away from it as you go off the path itself.
Okay, I'll stick somewhat closer to the beaten path still.
Okay.
I don't want to go completely into the woods. I don't want to get lost.
All right. Let's see. All right. So we will swap back over to Steven and the others. So you guys are driving through rural central Illinois. And it's basically some pretty desolate territory you're driving through. There's like some farmland and stuff like that. It's, it's a rural area. And as you are going, you notice that there is a car basically stopped up alongside the road just up ahead of you. And Terry's the one driving, so he does start to slow down basically to stop and help them. They have like hazards on. It looks like they've opened up the hood. They're having some car trouble.
I can see with Auspex that it is who?
You're like checking their auras?
Yes.
All right, give me a perception plus empathy.
That is a 4.
The car is moving too fast. You can't really make out any of their auras.
So with
The distance.
First level, do they look to? Is it a couple?
Yeah, if
a
you're
single
just
guy?
what they look like, it looks like a couple, a man and a woman, and you can see there seems to be some sort of like a baby in the back seat.
All right.
So, if no one countermands it, then Terry will stop the car and basically hop out.
Jonathan can wait. It's fine.
I mean, out of character, you know that Jonathan is in trouble, but in character, he just kind of said, "I'll meet you at the parking lot."
Yeah, that's true. He didn't mention that
Yeah,
there was
but
a menacing forest.
I was
in the
speaking normally,
forest.
and at the end I went like, okay, so yeah, I'll meet you at the parking lot. Okay, see ya. And then
It
hung up, and then I
I
ran.
mean, in character, we know it's weird that he ends up.
is weird, yeah. I mean, you're going to get him, but to be in character, you also don't have indication that he is in direct danger right now. I mean, you're driving 3 hours to get out there. Is 20 minutes stop going to
Yeah, but
kill
when you're
him?
a vampire, it pays to be paranoid about these things.
That's true.
But I'm a high humanity vampire, so I should probably stop and help the family with the baby.
So yeah, Terry hops out. Is anyone else going to hop out with him?
I'll get out and speak to the.
Take over the car, leave Terry.
I'm assuming Ryan will stay in the car.
I'll get out to get this done faster.
Actually, if you want to help Terry, Ryan, you're probably the best one to do it, and that would make it work faster.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'll speak to the husband or
All right. Yep.
boyfriend or whoever.
So he's like, yeah. He's like, oh, thanks for stopping. I didn't expect to find anyone out here this late.
Yes, we are traveling on an errand.
Oh,
You
see.
guys coming home from a day of hiking?
He says, yeah, we were out, visiting some of the parks around here.
Mm-hmm.
And while they're talking, Ryan, what is a dexterity plus repair for you?
Haha. 5.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you see there seems to be, it's basically just some very routine repairs that you need to do, and
Big
fortunately,
on-off switch.
it's
Switch to
turn off.
And you're like, this should be on. And
Pretty
then
much.
it's done.
It looks like they do probably need to get the oil changed. Basically, they haven't been maintaining the car. But you've got like some oil in the back, and
Yes,
some stuff like
Terry
that, so
has
you can
some.
do some basic repairs, get them set up, good to go. So while you guys are doing that, he's like, yeah, we've been, visiting, just sort of hiking around. What are you guys, out doing?
Just this and that. So, where are you guys from?
Are you familiar with teleportation?
I'm not going to go into this guy. Well, we're off to rescue our friend who's been teleported into the woods. No, we're not going to say that. We're going to be like, so, where are you from?
Yeah, they come from up a suburb of Chicago.
Yes, we're from Gary ourselves.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, well. Working on some investments in the area. Trying to get the
I see.
downtown revitalized.
And as you are just kind of chit-chatting, the woman kind of, has the baby, is kind of, basically going to it, doing baby stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And every time it gets near you, the baby starts crying.
Well,
And at first, like, she doesn't really know, it's just baby crying, whatever, but then she's kind of walking around trying to soothe the baby. Like, every time it comes, like, it's working, she comes back around towards the three of you, and...
Well, we are 3 bachelors. We obviously don't have the demeanor that puts children at ease.
I see. So, yeah, they don't really make anything of it, but they do kind of notice, like, it just seems to be, kind of a little odd. After a few minutes, Ryan and Terry, you guys are able to get the oil changed. And, basically, the car, it starts up, it should work. They obviously need to take it to a mechanic, but it should get them home.
All right. Oh. Have a safe
That was a
trip.
waste of time. Let's go.
All right.
We're on our way.
So yeah, by the time they get in the car, they definitely seem uncomfortable with your presence, but they do, basically try and politely thank you, and then get back in the
Do
car
a nice thing. They can go fuck themselves.
and drive off. and Ryan says they can go fuck themselves as they're disappearing down the road.
Open up my thermos of tea and
let's
pour
go.
myself a cuppa. As we continue on our journey to save Jonathan.
That reminds me also, your blood levels are still the same as it was before, but you've taken off a blood point for waking up. And that goes for everyone.
Alright.
Just by keeping it the same.
Could we stop on our rescue of Jonathan for some more blood?
I'm gonna pop a couple of blood pills. I got blood pills, Ryan.
Shut the fuck up.
You might have been able to stop while you were still near Chicago, but you're in the middle of...
While Terry was fixing the car, you could have done something, but
Come here, baby.
I was fixing the car.
But basically, you're in the middle of the rural area right now. There aren't any nightclubs around.
There's animals and shit.
If you want to go into the farmyards and start hunting animals, you can.
We're gonna have to stop again.
But you'd have to stop. There's really no guarantee. They're gonna all be, like, inside barns and stuff at night. So that means breaking into a place, possibly facing gun-toting farmers.
He's gonna say no. You can't feed.
You
I got
can.
blood pills. I took 3. I'm good again.
You can do it, but it's very hard. Actually, I'm gonna upgrade your guys's. I think you've been quiet for a little while based on Try and say something now, David.
No, David.
All right, that's pretty good. Yeah. So sorry, guys. I think that Miles and David have probably been a little bit quiet for the first
Coolip
part.
isn't here to tell us
Yeah,
what
he's
audio
not
levels
here.
are.
He's not here to tell us how much my audio sucks. It's really disappointing.
All right.
Let's pop it up all the way. Why not? All right. So,
All right. So we're back in the car. How long has it been? How long do we have?
yeah, it's
Are we
been
there yet?
a few minutes. You've still got a few hours, basically like about an hour to go. So,
I'm
Jonathan.
playing Tetris on my phone.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh wait, there's one other thing. As you guys are getting back in the car, Ryan, you get kind of a weird text message from Lucy, and it just says like, "Are you there now? Are you okay?" I'm starting to get really worried.
Uh-oh.
Look back at your text history. Have there been previous text messages from her
Yeah.
that you just simply have not answered?
There have not.
So out of nowhere, she's like, "Are you there now?"
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, did Jonathan maybe separately text Lucy that he was lost?
It's possible.
You might just
I will.
text
Call her and
back.
ask.
Yeah, call her and ask.
I will text her back
Okay.
and ask her what she means.
She says that she's been sending text messages to you for the past 2 nights, and there's been no response.
Oh well, I haven't gotten any of them till now. I'll say.
Yeah. And actually, this kind of gives you the impetus probably to
I'm
check.
fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna check the date on my phone.
You guys are missing 2 days.
Crap, this
Oh.
happened before
Oh,
with the Bloodless Animal Man.
And
there was no teleportation involved.
It does also kind of make sense now why the drugs are sold out. It's because you're missing.
A couple of days.
You were planning on basically doing.
Damn it! I thought LeBron was just that much better than Ryan.
He is still better than Ryan,
Oh,
but not that
You
much
too,
better.
yeah.
Okay. So this is the whole
Oh.
Bloodless Animal thing again.
It's,
Bloodless Animal Man thing.
Bloodless animal.
it seems like you are missing time, yes.
All right.
But the weird thing is that the text messages from Lucy aren't there. Like, it's not like they were there and you didn't respond to them. They're not there.
Time magic.
It's Malkavian time. We're all stuck in
Ah.
Malkavian time.
I wonder what Malkavian space is like.
The Malkavian time-space continuum.
It's actually discrete. That's why it's different from the
But
continuum.
unlike Jonathan's phone, our phones don't say like January 1st, 2000.
No, his phone is like glitched up, and
So ours are just 2 days ahead.
yeah, yours seem to be working just fine, but they're 2 days ahead. Yeah.
Does it say the date, like 2 days after?
Yeah.
Okay, we need to find a newspaper. That's how they always found the date in there.
If you look up an online newspaper, it will confirm that you are missing.
Well, Stephen,
pair
I
of
turned to
nights.
Stephen and said, well, it would seem our haven has been compromised at this stage.
Yes, I believe it well, obviously Jonathan is missing, so I figured our haven had been compromised.
Well, I mean, missing when you know exactly where I am is probably a bit much, but
Well, was
Well, you're
missing.
not in
How
your
about that?
proper
You were
place.
missing for a while.
There we go.
Not in your proper place.
So.
Technically, you were missing for 2
and
days,
it's a little
apparently.
odd that you wound up in the forest. Anyway.
Everyone else stayed in one place.
Yeah. So obviously our haven, the haven has been compromised. Yes.
By something.
Uh-huh. Something the likes of which I have not felt
Ever.
ever. All right. So we're in the car. We're driving.
Mm-hmm.
We realize we've been missing time. And Terry was affected as well, just like with the bloodless animal man.
Yeah, so it seems, because he did do the gas deal, which was
Mhm.
for the next morning, so that seemed to have been fine. He was missing
then
the
he got
time too.
sick.
He got sick, he passed out, and he
Mhm.
woke up at the same time you guys did. So it seems like it's when that unconsciousness happened.
Can I give Scotty Cartwright a call, see if anything odd has
All of
happened in
you
the past couple
shifted
days?
forwards. Yes, you can. So yeah, he picks us on. Scotty,
Hi, Scotty.
ace reporter.
This is Dr. Higgins.
Ah, Dr. Higgins.
I am just calling to see if possibly anything odd has happened in the past couple of days.
Odd with the will workers, odd with the changing breeds, odd with
Bloodless
the
animal man?
There's been no sign on that. There was some very interesting crop circles found. Now, I have reason to suspect it may be the work of aliens.
Where were these crop circles found?
It gives you a location. It's actually, well, you're in the middle of the rural area. It's not far from you, but there are no crops anywhere that's not far from you because
we're in the rural area.
because you're in rural Illinois.
It's
You're
not
also
in
in
like
basically the middle of the
park
state,
miles
so
ago, is it? Because that would be something.
What, Ryan?
If it was like in the exact park that Miles was in, that
Yeah,
would
that's
be
what I
great.
was.
No, it's not
I
there.
was just trying to verify. Is it like where Miles is?
no.
Okay. So, So,
It's possible this was the work of Greys, but by this point I'm beginning to suspect reptilians.
Solarians, yeah.
Oh wow, that's a completely different kettle of fish.
Well,
I've had one unconfirmed rumor that chrysalids may have landed for some sort of terrorizing mission. But if that is true, then government agents have already dealt with the situation.
Okay.
So no on the, so nothing new on the bloodless animal man.
No.
All right then. Well, thank you, and we'll keep an eye out for any aliens, and let you know.
All right. If you find them, open fire.
Will do.
That's the traditional Earth greeting.
Oscar Mike.
Because we're so friendly. Alrighty. Well, doggone. You know, missing time does happen in alien abductions as well.
It's true.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Do any of us feel as if we were anally probed?
Well.
Stephen.
Yes, but it's not odd.
Just waiting for that. I set that one up.
I noticed.
Alrighty.
So we will, unless there's any other investigating you want to do while you're driving, we'll switch back over to Jonathan.
Okay.
All right. So Jonathan, as you're kind of running away, you start to finally feel like maybe you have escaped.
Okay, so I clearly haven't then.
Yeah, exactly. When suddenly you notice a wolf basically runs straight up to you, lands directly in front of you, and then shifts into a human form.
Oh god. Better be gang.
I hope it's
Possibly
Gangrel.
Possibly werewolf.
Says, "What are you doing in my territory?"
I'm trying to get out.
He kind of narrows his eyes and he kind of sniffs at you. And he says, "Why are you here in the first place?"
I have absolutely no idea. I woke up here.
You were sleepwalking?
If I was sleepwalking for multiple 100 miles.
He kind of looks at you. He sniffs at you again. He says, "You're obviously not human.
That's correct.
What are you?"
Same as you, I would assume. Unless you're a werewolf. I'm kindred.
So his eyes narrow even further.
It's just like a slit now.
Yeah. Says, "Don't compare me to you, leech."
Okay.
All right then, I won't.
He says, "I can smell, the cordite. Give me the weapon you have in your possession."
Do I have a weapon on this? Do I have my gun?
You do have your gun on you, yeah.
No, sure, here. Toss
Alright.
it to him.
So he takes it from you, and then says, "You are fortunate you have run into such a reasonable person as myself. I will escort you from the premises. If you ever appear here again, I will destroy you."
All right, fair enough. I had sent some people to pick me up at the parking lot, so I was just gonna wait there.
He kind of nods and says, "That's where I will take you."
Do you want to ask him about the
Wonderful.
creepy thing that
All
followed
right,
you?
I'm getting to it. I'm asking him that while we get there.
All right.
So that weird human-like
Okay.
tall creature in the forest here, is that your doing, or
What are you talking about?
I met some kind of creature that seemed to be unable to move unless I was looking away from it.
Oh God.
Uh-huh. Is this some sort of vampire thing?
Not that I've heard of.
Did you find 8 drawings in the forest?
Yeah, it's true. That is actually his second question. Is he's like, "Are you here very derisively asked if you're here to find 8 pages."
No, I'm not.
Says, "I don't know what sort of what this slender individual that you are talking about is." Again, he snorts and basically seems to be mocking you. But we have nothing like that here.
Huh.
He says, "You need not fear. If there are any spirits, I will see you safely past them." And again, he seems like he's laughing at you.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I don't suppose you care for introductions.
No, I don't.
Good.
Because I don't either. Just making that clear now after I asked.
Please notice me,
polite.
senpai.
I'm just asking to be polite.
I'm teasing you.
All right. So, back with the pickup crew.
The motley pickup crew that we are.
Eva.
You guys have finally arrived in the general area, but as you are approaching the park, you notice that your the phone you've been using for like your GPS seems to be having some sort of glitchy problem.
Pixelated.
It's starting to get pixelated,
Has
and
a date of January 1st.
yeah, the
2000.
date starts to get weirded out, and basically all of your phones are doing the same thing. So you're not exactly, you're not exactly sure exactly.
Not exactly, anyway. Exactly.
Yeah, you're not exactly sure where exactly the exact state park that you're looking for is exactly.
Is because the parking lot that we're looking for, because our phones are now pixelated.
Yes.
So.
And without GPS, there's no way to find things.
Exactly.
Like,
we're stuck. No. Stephen is old enough to remember a time of maps.
When you looked for a sign that was brown and said State
And
Park.
it said State Park. And
you actually are having trouble finding anything like that. You do see a little town which is supposed to be right next to the state park.
Well, let's stop off there.
Yeah, you do manage to find it's pretty small, but there is like an all-night, basically diner. It's on the highway, so it's obviously catering for travelers.
So can we get a map, a paper map that's not going to digitize on us?
All right. So
If I can get a map of the state park, they should have one there. Close by.
Stopnoff, who exactly is going inside?
I'll go inside since I have the money.
All right. Is anyone else going to back him up, or?
Just gonna send me in alone. You and Terry staying out in the car.
David?
Apparently, I'm going in alone.
Rip.
We'll say David goes in with you. He's not here, so
All right.
he doesn't get a choice.
He's going over his agoraphobia. I'm always concerned about his agoraphobia. Just kicking.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
I'm going.
Okay.
All right.
Gosh.
He's got to protect the old man.
All right. Yeah, and suffice to say, you guys are far out enough in the forest that your agoraphobia is starting to kind of take a toll. So you do feel compelled to stay very near to either Terry or Steven, basically at all times.
All right.
Definitely uneasy about this whole mess.
Well, I'm a little uneasy about it myself.
I'm very sorry. I have to go for 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm going into the diner.
All right.
I'm going to assume he's going to be quiet anyway.
So, inside, you can see there are a few people in here. There is, in the back, you can hear the sounds of, a cook, basically,
Mhm.
short order cook. There is a waitress by the, working as a cashier also. There is a guy who's dressed, he looks like a local farmer to you. There's also a man in a suit, and a pair of what seem to be college-age kids who are sitting together.
Looks like they're hikers or backpackers or something.
They're not really dressed like they're backpacking. They're dressed in kind of
Eclectic bunch of group in the.
They're dressed in like colors for the University of Chicago.
I will practice my auspexing again.
All right.
4.
And I'm back.
Perception plus empathy.
I just said 4.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you are having a difficult time making out these guys' auras.
Okay. Well, I will look around for the little stand that has the postcards and the maps.
Yep. You do find where the stand should be, but it looks like the maps for the area are empty.
I will inquire with the waitress.
All right. So you go up. You can see her name tag says that her name is Jane.
Oh, hello, good evening, Jane. I seem to be having some trouble with my phone GPS system, and I was wondering if you had any maps for the state park area.
She kind of looks at you quizzically and says, "You're going to the state park at," she checks the clock, middle of the night?
I am Dr. Stephen Higgins. This is for a research project, yes. Nocturnal animals and such.
I see. Give me a manipulation plus subterfuge on that one.
It's 4.
I've got 6 if I could somehow do it for him.
Well, it's hard to lie for someone
Like,
else.
this is
That line
Dr.
just comes up, yep, it's true.
Stephen Higgins. How dare you speak to Dr. Stephen Higgins that way?
This is me, Dr. Stephen Higgins.
Well, they don't directly challenge you on it.
I am very British.
Yeah, you are very British.
So am I.
That's true. Well, she just kind of shrugs her shoulders and says, "Well, that's fine. I'm sorry. I don't really know the way out there. Although someone else, around here might. I don't really do a lot of hiking," she says.
I don't have any other maps. You've been sold
No,
out.
we've been sold out for a while. I put in the order like a week ago, but
Is there any other place in town that might?
This is the only place open this late. This town basically shuts down at 7 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. I see.
We're only open because of the highway.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get you a cup of coffee?
Sure. Yes, please.
All right. So yeah, and she'll hand you a menu. It'll be like, if you want to order anything.
Just coffee for now. So
How do you take it?
black.
Was that an innuendo as well, or?
I'll wink at her. Laugh.
Point to Derek in the backseat of the car.
Okay. She rolls her eyes. And so who here looks like they might know their way to?
Well, it's basically the group I said before. There's the short order cook in the back. There's the waitress. There's
We
the
talked to the local farmer guy.
there's the farmer. Yeah, there's the guy in the suit, and there are the college kids.
So I'll talk to the local farmer guy, see if he's got an
Okay.
idea.
So you come over, sit by him, and he's also drinking a cup of coffee, and he
Sip my coffee.
kind of grunts at you
Normal.
as you sit down.
Mm-hmm. So I'm attempting to get to the state park here. Apparently they're out of maps. The waitress doesn't know her way in. I was wondering if possibly you could help me.
State park.
Yes.
You with the government?
Not specifically, more of a university system.
Says, don't know the way. Takes a drink of coffee. You can give me a perception plus empathy on that.
Alrighty, so that's 4.
Not sure if this guy is being entirely truthful with you.
Well, I get the feeling he doesn't want to talk to me.
Yeah.
So that I've picked up
Yeah,
on.
he seems kind of unfriendly and...
Okay. Alright, do I try and bribe him? Do you think money would work? I don't know. Probably.
Or sexual favors.
Well, that's true as well. But
Do you see the young man in the back seat? Point
yeah,
to Derek.
I was going to say, he obviously isn't into me. So I would have to offer, either Ryan or Derek. I would not for Terry, obviously. He's
No.
All right, so, well, has nobody else noticed my plight? Because I, spoke loud enough to be overheard in the diner. Nobody's looking at me, offering any
You do,
assistance.
well, when you came in, the college kids kind of looked up at you, and they seem to have noticed you, but they are they're talking amongst themselves. They're kind of busy with that.
Miles, your eating is coming true.
Ah, sorry, shit.
Crunching away.
The guy in the suit, though, he's looked up at you a couple of times and kind of smirked,
Well,
but
maybe
he
I'll
hasn't
go
approached you.
I will go approach him. Sit down in the booth
All right.
with my cup of coffee. What is he partaking of?
He has basically a full setup in front of him. He's got eggs and bacon and a full breakfast, and he's got a cup of coffee. And
Is he actually eating it, or is he just sitting there in front of him?
It does seem like bite's been taken out, although he's not eating it in front of you. You also notice, as you're sitting down, he seems to be putting away a flask of something in his pocket.
So is this a nice suit? Is this a cheap suit? Is
It's
this
kind of a cheap
old
suit.
ratty suit?
He looks almost like a traveling salesman to you, although you don't see a lot of them in 2018.
No.
So we're talking Willie Lomax is who I'm here with.
But yeah, it looks like, I mean, you were around in the 50s and stuff. He looks like he should be selling encyclopedias.
It's a little weird. So, friend, what brings you to this diner?
Says, I'm just passing through. It says, name's Edwan. You're Dr. Higgins, I've heard.
Yes, I am.
And who's this young man? And he points to Ryan.
This is my young friend Ryan. It's my assistant.
I see.
We are on a bit of an expedition into the state park,
I've heard that.
but our GPS is on the fritz. No, I was just looking for anybody who might know the way in.
I see, yeah.
Because apparently it's not well signed either.
Yeah, it's a bit of a conundrum.
I suppose you could help me out.
He reaches into his pocket and kind of takes out the flask. He checks to make sure, like, the waitress or the cook isn't watching. Then he takes a drink and puts it back. Says, maybe, are you sure you want to go to the park?
Yes, I do have a very important research topic to investigate.
Well, I can't help you, he says, but maybe you want to step back outside. And he kind of, adjusts his suit a little bit. And he calls for his check.
Okay. So I will get up, finish my coffee, and leave.
All right. Yeah, and once you're outside, he'll come up to you guys in the parking lot, and he'll give you directions. He'll say, this is the way you want to go. He'll give you the directions. It says, keep an eye out.
Thank you. Have you heard any other weird GPS anomalies around this area?
He kind of laughs. He says, I haven't heard anything like that, and don't thank me. Then he gets back into his own car, which is like a beat-up old pickup.
Illinois license plate?
Drive away. When you try and give me a perception plus investigation to see if you can see the license plate.
5.
No, you cannot make out the license plate.
All right. So we have our directions
From a trustworthy man.
from Willie Lomax at the diner. And we're just going to hope for the best. So I'll pile back in the car and try and find Jonathan.
Okay.
I suppose I could call him and let him know that we're nearby and see if he's ready.
Yeah, when you guys... Yeah, if you want to try and call him, you can.
Okay, so I'm going to attempt to call him.
Yeah. The call doesn't seem to go through.
Well, that's disturbing.
It's possible he... your call function does work. It's possible he's out of signal, basically.
Okay.
And as you're getting close to the forest, you notice that your bars are going way down. So it may be difficult to find a signal in the forest.
All right.
Which sounds like the perfect setup to some kind of horror movie.
Yeah.
There's no signal out
There's
here.
no signal out here. The thin man's gonna come get us. Alrighty then.
So, with Jonathan.
Yep.
So, you've been walking around with the wolf for a while. He is staying in human form.
Alright, I would hope so.
And, yeah, he's just walking around. You've been walking around for what feels like hours. And at first he seems really casual. He actually, like, reaches into his pocket, like, takes out, like, some granola, starts eating that.
Some what?
And then as you keep going, he starts to get, like, more nervous. Like, he seems kind of agitated. And eventually, this goes on for a while, and then eventually he just stops. And he says, I don't know what you've done, but stop it.
I haven't done anything.
Alright, so he begins to grow claws. He lifts you up by your neck and slams you up against a tree. He says...
I can guarantee you, whatever you're going to do to me, I haven't done anything. I won't stop it.
He looks, like, right into your eyes. He says, you haven't done this? And he points over towards a plaque, which is on the path. And as you're looking
I
at
assume
it,
we've passed by it
you
before.
realize that it is the exact place that you started.
Walking in circles.
Nope, that's not me. I would assume it might be the thing I was telling you about earlier.
So, yeah, he definitely starts to get nervous, and he puts you down. He says, well, why don't you give me a a charisma plus empathy first.
That would be 7, and I'm captivating if that helps.
Yeah.
We need some wolf love in here in a minute.
Perhaps you haven't noticed how hot I am.
I just love the texture of your fur.
Wow, that was actually really good.
Really?
Yeah. These were
Nice.
they were every single one of those was a success.
Nice.
He looks in your eyes, he's like, I'll trust you for now, but if you do anything that makes me think you're responsible for this, you're dead. Again.
I'm well aware.
Alright. So he puts you down. And he stops walking, because obviously that's not getting anywhere, and he basically just kind of starts to sniff around and just kind of starts to think about what to do next. You also notice he does check his own cell phone, but it seems to be having the weird distortion effect that's on your own. So, back with the pickup crew, you follow the directions,
Mm-hmm.
and you do arrive at the parking lot for Spittler Woods.
Okay.
And as you guys are pulling up, you notice another vehicle pulls up, like, right behind you. And you notice 3 people get out. It's the short order cook, the waitress, and the farmer.
I see. I take this out of my holster. Free up that gun.
So, as they kind of talk amongst themselves, they watch you. And eventually the waitress comes up and kind of taps on the passenger side glass.
Smidge.
All right. She says, "Why don't you tell us the real reason you're out here at the park?"
Can I try and auspex her again?
Yes. You still... Wait, nope. You see something. She has an aura like you've never seen before.
Have I seen a werewolf aura before?
No, you have not.
Have I seen a mage sparkly aura before?
You've never seen anything except for, like, vampire auras and human auras, but this is it doesn't seem human or vampire to you.
Okay.
You know that much.
But I'm in the middle of the forest. I can make an educated guess that she might be some sort of werewolf creature.
Yes.
I see. Huh. So. Well. So I'm looking around. I'm seeing no Jonathan in this parking lot.
No.
Okay. So I will tell her that we have come to pick up a friend of ours.
And what is this friend of yours doing out here?
That is a very good question. He was apparently teleported here against his will.
By what?
Yes.
She kind of sniffs at you and says, "You and your friends reek of death."
Well, you know.
It happens.
Perhaps you should be fully honest with us about what exactly you are.
Oh, we're vampires.
Alright, well, she kind of shrugs and says, "Well, alright, that was very honest, I guess." She says, "What exactly..."
Well, you know, jig is up.
"I am willing, if I accept what you claim for now. Do you believe that your friend has anything to do with the disappearance of our packmate?"
No. My friend, as I said, we we're going
Well, our
to
friend
sleep
disappeared.
for the day.
So whatever caused our friend's disappearance probably caused
Yes,
the
I was going to
disappearance
say,
of your
they may
friend.
be related, but he is not the cause of it. That's what I'm trying to get out.
All right. So, well, she says, stay inside. And she goes back to talk with the others.
All right.
And then eventually she comes back and says, our pack member has been missing for a number of days.
2 days, to be exact.
It's been slightly longer than that, but of course we don't keep in regular contact. This is his territory, and we leave him to it unless we have some reason to find him.
I see.
But we have not seen him within 2 days.
That is the amount of missing time for us.
We will accompany you into the forest to search for the others.
Very well.
If we have any reason to suspect treachery on your part, suffice to say, none of you will make it back to your city still undead.
Fair enough.
All right,
Can I ask you a question?
I suppose.
It appears to be something wrong with our phones. Is this a normal thing that happens in this area? Can I do an occult knowledge thing on this to see if it's anything freaky?
Yeah, give me an intelligence plus occult.
About 7. I haven't got technothometer yet, but
Yeah, you're not really familiar enough with like techno magic to really say one way or
that's what I
another.
figured, but
Anyway,
I don't know if this happens.
She says, I've never heard of anything like that, although she does kind of check her phone when you say that, and it does show the same effects that yours is showing.
So this is not some magnetic anomaly of the area. This is quite possibly a magical entity at work.
She has never seen anything like this before.
All right. All right.
So,
I would suggest we all be careful.
meanwhile, with Jonathan, you and the wolf are back with the plaque, basically, that shows the map of the forest. And as you're kind of just walking around thinking, you notice, kind of checking out your phone, you notice that you are getting 1 bar again. You're in the same area that you made your last call from.
How long have we been walking for now?
What was that?
How long have we been walking for now?
You guys have been well, it's hard to tell because your phone seems to keep resetting itself, so there's no way to really tell time. It feels like it's been hours.
Might want to call and check in and tell Stephen you're not at the parking lot.
That might be an idea,
anytime
so I'll
soon.
do that, but I'll also start leaving behind like a trail.
Okay.
So we can see, so we can just keep track of where we've been.
Well, yeah, once you've gotten back to the plaque, the wolf hasn't led you any further on. He doesn't think there's really any point to walking. So you're making...
I'll call Steven and let him know.
Right. Yeah, so Stephen, while you guys are getting ready, basically to get you're getting all your guns out and everything like that, you get a call.
All right, so Jonathan, where are you? You're not at the parking lot.
You're right, I'm not, and I can't quite explain why. It seems like we're walking in circles here.
Are you with somebody?
Yeah, I found someone who helpfully decided to try to show me the way out. But he too seems to be walking in circles for some unexplained reason.
Is he a werewolf?
Yes.
I believe I have his pack with me.
Oh, beautiful. We'll have a nice, happy reunion then.
Yes. So, do you have any landmark areas around you that can help us find you?
Well, we have a plaque over here.
And it does show a map of the state park, so you could try and lead them based on landmarks from the map.
Okay, I will attempt to do that then.
Okay. So I will... We've got our directions.
Yeah.
Okay, I will inform the pack members that...
Okay. Yeah, so they ask you to basically hand over the phone and
Yes,
for him to hand over the phone so they can talk with their
All right,
guy.
we will swap our phones and
So yeah, they consult with each other, make sure everyone's okay. And basically, yeah, they agree to the same plan.
Okay.
And Jonathan, give me another perception plus awareness.
All right. It's 4 still.
All right. So once again, you start to feel, as you're there, it's not as bad as when it was right up on you, but you do start to have a bit of like a nagging cough, and you start to feel a little bit nauseous.
All right, then. I'll ask the puppy if he feels the same way.
He confirms it, yes.
Right. This is what I was talking about earlier.
He says, I am not in a position to naysay you at this point.
Right. So, it seems to be, like I said, unable to move as long as you keep an eye on it.
He says, tell them to hurry.
Right, then I will do so, if we're still on the phone.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a thing. Makes us feel nauseous. All right. Okay. Let's go. Let's
right.
hurry.
Let's see the sheet to see what would make the most sense. This roll should be, it would be a manipulation plus.
I'm gonna be out of my talent. It's not very high. Not very talented.
Well, it's not for you, it's for Jonathan. I'm just looking at the sheet. Manipulation plus survival to be giving these directions.
All right.
So manipulation.
Pretty much.
Boy, that's 2. I'll use a willpower point on this.
Okay. Why? You probably got plenty of time. All right.
Now we're in no rush here.
So he
I was
seems.
gonna say, yeah.
So on the phone, he seems like he's concentrating really hard on giving these directions.
Well, you go up. You go up, and then you turn left.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turn left. No, right.
All
Well,
right.
I'm going to assume,
Then you go
I want
straight.
you to give me as many directions as you can, because I'm going to assume I'm going to lose cell coverage as soon as we get on the trail. So I need, like,
Right.
the list of
Yeah.
directions.
So you're
going.
getting pretty good directions so far. But you don't
Nice.
actually lose connection so far.
Okay.
And Ryan, why don't you give me a courage rating?
Courage is 5.
All right. What is your humanity rating? Is it 4?
David, your humanity.
Sorry?
Your humanity. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, humanity's 4.
Okay, so it's 4 then.
You put out there for...
Yeah. All right. You don't go into frenzy, so
Thank
congratulations.
God, that's
Cool.
good, because...
You start to feel really uncomfortable being out here,
Alright,
hunting some mystery creature.
Okay, so it's Terry,
yeah.
then it's Ryan, then it's Stephen with the rifle. That's
Okay.
how we're going in.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, so you're in the middle, enclosed by people you know.
Except for all these werewolves knocking
Well,
about.
we're trying to just keep it under control, Brian, please.
Yeah. You feel a strong inclination to stick next to Stephen and Terry, but you're holding it together so far.
Because we really can't afford a frenzy right now.
At least not until we see something that you can direct it towards.
Yeah, that you can direct it towards, then we'll be okay. But please don't frenzy on the werewolves. We need their help right now. Okay.
Yeah, suffice to say, like, your knuckles are like bone white. You are gripping the shotgun so hard.
All right. All right.
All right.
Off we go. Into the wild blue yonder.
Okay. So yeah,
His rifle.
you're getting your directions. You're traveling through the forest. Yeah, so you seem to be, when you have the landmarks, you're getting closer towards the location. Jonathan, also as they're getting closer, you also notice that the sick feeling that you have is getting worse as well. So, your wolf friend is kind of pacing around. He's basically trying to keep you safe while you're giving the others directions. He says, tell them we may need to fight this thing, so they should be ready for combat.
Right, then I will let them know that.
Okay, and I will let
May
the
I have
Mac
my
know
gun
that
back,
they
then?
should be ready for combat because this thing is close.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, they start to, even as you're walking, and also the guy who's next to you, Jonathan, they all shift into like full werewolf, man-wolf form.
Yeah, but I ask him first, may I have my gun back, please?
He kind of considers it, and you did so well on your convincing him you're an all right guy roll that he does reach into his pocket and toss you your gun.
A handsome man really should have a gun.
Yeah, he's
Nice.
just so white and attractive.
He is.
He's so white and upper class. We can trust him.
Therefore, we can trust him.
All right. So yeah, you got your gun back.
Beautiful.
He turns and shoots away from him.
It wouldn't do much good against a full man-wolf.
That's true. But,
That's a ballsy Toreador that tries that.
But, Jonathan has his moments.
Regular ammo, no silver, just go for it. All right.
It's better than nothing, I guess.
Yeah. You might die quickly with the werewolf, at least.
Yeah, I was going to say, it might be a better option than the Thin Man, which is what I've nicknamed the guy in the forest.
Yeah. It's definitely
Okay.
accurate.
Okay.
So yeah, as you're giving these directions, you're getting kind of close. You feel like you should be right there. Obviously, you're being given like kind of landmark directions, so it's impossible to tell exactly where he's going to be. But you feel like you should be getting there.
Are we feeling nauseous in any way?
No, you're not.
I feel like we're not getting there. I feel like we're going to wind up back in the parking lot.
So the landmarks are still good, so you should be about there in the forest. But yeah, Jonathan, you and the Wolfman also basically start to feel extremely sick. Like you're both like basically coughing, and you guys can hear this on the phone too. Like Jonathan just keeps coughing.
Okay.
You can see, Jonathan, that the werewolf, even in it's probably one of the worst things you've ever seen. A full man-wolf form werewolf just starts puking his guts out like a few feet away from you.
Oh boy.
And you have like such a awful coughing fit that you take your hand away and you can see that you've been coughing up Vitae.
Oh no.
All right, well.
This is really bad.
But with Auspex, can I hear it in the forest? Not on the
Not yet.
Okay.
But as you were going, we'll get to that in a second. Basically, as you're on the phone, Jonathan, you can hear the Wolfman say, "There it is." And he points off into the distance, and you can just make out a tall, emaciated figure, which seems to be stalking you.
Yeah, that's the one.
So he says, "Tell them to hurry," and he starts moving towards it.
Okay. Good luck with that.
So you guys only
So
hear
I-
like Jonathan's part of that conversation.
Yeah, so
what is
I
he
take up the
doing?
phone and I
Don't
go,
let him attack it.
That's a bit late for that, I'm afraid.
Jonathan
You
will, don't worry,
might
Jonathan
hurry.
will restrain him.
Well, okay, so so I hope the pack mates hear me. Don't let him attack him.
All right.
I told him not to.
So basically, the waitress comes up, grabs the phone away from you, and says, "We've got to be nearby. Start screaming. We'll hear it."
Okay.
Okay, I will let out a howl if I can.
All right.
As loud as I can.
All right. So yeah, you start. It's very easy as you see this figure coming towards you. It's easy to work up the will to start screaming. It does seem to move, but you don't see it making footsteps. It seemed to be actually like floating towards the werewolf, which then rushes forwards and attempts to attack it. And you guys...
I hope you don't expect me to actually scream, because I don't think my college mate will appreciate that.
No.
No. And it didn't work well the last time Zach screamed.
Yeah, that's true.
Blew out the audio.
Yeah.
So no
Let's not
screaming.
do that again.
There we go. Very good.
So yeah, you hear him screaming on the phone, but you cannot hear it.
Not
Even with
quite
Auspex, you cannot hear it anywhere around you. Give me a perception plus alertness.
That is 4.
All right. So you were looking around, and you do finally start to detect something. We're going to switch back over to Jonathan, though.
Okay.
So you just start screaming your head off, and you see this werewolf leap at the figure, stop in midair, and then just start to twist in on itself, just be basically pulled apart. You can't even see what's doing it, but his body just seems to disintegrate. Bits just start going flying off of it. And if I say the werewolf is also screaming at this point, until a point where it just stops.
Okay.
Oh god, that seems bad.
And you know what? I'll let you roll courage, but I don't think this is gonna work out.
Well, it's staggering 2.
Nope. You absolutely just lose it to unreasoning terror. You don't know anything else that happens. Like, you just black out.
Okay, might be for the best.
You do find something.
Okay.
You're looking around, like you hear this screaming, you hear the sounds of what sounds like fighting, a werewolf starts howling, again, all on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
You can't find shit, and then you stumble on something. And as you look
Jonathan's
over,
unconscious body.
it's not that, but it is a phone. You stepped on it.
Uh-huh.
And as you pick it up, you can see it's Jonathan's. As you look around, there is a plaque right nearby which shows a map of the area. And then you hear a sobbing howl from one of the werewolves who are standing over basically like a sack of meat at this point.
Uh-huh. That is your friend, yes. And this is Jonathan's phone. Where is he? Is Jonathan still on the other end of my phone?
No, that went dead.
Okay. So this just happened.
Yeah.
Because they were on the phone and then
Yeah, the last thing that you heard on the phone was him basically going into fear frenzy. And then it just cut out. The signal got lost.
On his phone. So they were
And
right next to us, but we couldn't hear
You
them.
stumbled on it like less than a minute later.
Okay. So we were right nearby, we just couldn't hear them because they were in some sort of weird dimension thing. Or
It seems that way.
quietus, or something. Well, they wouldn't have heard themselves. So it couldn't
And
be
as you're
quietus.
checking your phone, you find that the distortion is
now
gone.
Right. And I have no idea what causes this.
Slenderman.
So
Yes, but what is he?
So Ryan, you have the medicine skill, right?
I do.
Why don't you give me a perception plus medicine then?
5.
There seems to be like a lot of rot on this meat. And around the same time as you're checking the phone, I assume you're checking it out.
Yeah.
There's something weird. So it says call ended, except that according to Jonathan's phone, the call ended 2 days ago.
I feel like there's a time warp going on.
Sounds like it.
And that is consistent with the amount of rot on the body.
Maggots have appeared. Interesting. Alright, so I will inform the group that we apparently have a time dilation. And their friend, this actually...
So the short order cook looks at you and he's like, time dilation? What the fuck do you... He goes over, he picks you up. He's basically growl talking at this point because he's still in full man-wolf. Picks you up by the shoulders, slams you against the tree. What the fuck did you do?
I did not do anything. As I was saying, there appears to be some sort of time dilation. What we heard on the phone actually happened 2 days ago.
So the farmer kind of comes over and he also seems kind of very hostile. He says that's not something that happens.
No, it is not. But you know what? Usually people aren't both wolves and people. Vampires don't just happen. We're supernatural. Something else supernatural exists.
So, as you're saying this, the waitress is kind of over the meat, and she kind of nods, and she's snipping at it along with Ryan, who's examining it, and she says, the boy, she nods towards Ryan, is right. This is days old.
As I was saying, time dilation. Now, has anything like this happened before?
No. This forest is completely. He's had. She kind of nods down at the body. Had this as his territory for years. No problems, nothing like this. And then the cook kind of, again, turns towards you and says, not until your friend showed up.
Yes, well, I can assure you, Jonathan is not capable of producing a time dilation.
He is a Toreador, the weakest and most pathetic of all the 13 vampire clans.
Ryan sagely nods.
Absolute.
So, Jonathan is missing pound phone. Okay, so, well, is there anything, if we investigate, is there any other sign of what possibly did this?
Yeah, give me a perception plus investigation. And Ryan, if you want to do it as well.
Say, have Ryan do it.
7.
Okay. And what is yours?
Mine is 5.
Okay. Yeah, looking around the area, you find signs consistent of a struggle. Near where Jonathan dropped his phone, you also do find his gun as well. It seems like it had misfired for some reason.
Okay.
You don't find any like shell casings. It looks like at some point he went into frenzy, tried to shoot his gun, and it misfired for some reason. Or it didn't misfire, it jammed.
Okay.
There's no sign of like any ignition within it.
Okay. All right. And the werewolf how does the werewolf, appear to have died? Was he torn to pieces? Can we glean anything from the manner of his death?
That would be, based on the perception plus medicine that Ryan made, there's no way to know what happened to him. He has been eviscerated.
Well, we can tell that
much. It didn't take that
much.
long because we heard it on the phone.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know what much good we can do here. I obviously need to do some research to figure out what sort of thing we're dealing with.
Yeah.
So, and to figure out where Jonathan might be. All right. So I need to get back to my. Hello. Goodbye. Go away. I need to get back to my library.
All right. Give me
My laboratory.
Manipulation plus leadership to convince this giant werewolf holding you to put you down.
All right, that's 7.
That'll be a different.
Do you want to avenge your friend or not?
Oh, now you're speaking werewolf.
He kind of narrows his eyes, puts you down, very roughly.
Straighten my jacket and dust off my pants.
He basically puts you down so roughly, like your leg does go out from under you, and you have to work your way back up.
Smack him with my cane.
He says, "You live for now, leech." And then he and the farmer stalk off. The waitress does come up to you and suggests that you exchange information.
Yes.
She says she will consult with her shaman and see if he can discover anything.
If anything has ever, if your kind has ever encountered anything like this before, would be helpful.
So she'll keep you informed if you do the same.
If you have access to any sort of Indian lore as well, that might be helpful. Any folklore which speaks of
Well,
a slender
Slenderman
man.
does have an Irish connection, if you weren't aware.
So, I'll go with any folklore at this point.
All right. So, that's pretty much that. Are you guys going to hike out now?
I guess we hike back out.
Okay.
Well, Ryan's not looking forward to that, is he?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to get back to the car, which is enclosed. And well, no, it's not familiar. It's a new car.
Yeah, it is a new car.
But it is enclosed.
The werewolves are gone, at least.
All right, but we're still Terry, Ryan,
Yep.
Steven, hiking out of the forest.
You guys hike back out, and you get into the car, and Terry, you notice that Terry definitely seems frustrated. Like, he gets back in the car, he's like, God damn it.
Yeah.
What? He turns to you, basically, as your gaze, like, what is going on?
Terry, I don't know. This is something that I have not encountered before.
Kind of looks back towards you, Ryan. He's like, what do you think?
The devil, he's out.
All right.
Very possibly. Whatever it is very powerful.
He's like, fuck.
Terry,
Yes,
we'll
indeed.
get through it, Terry.
Yeah.
We will. Okay?
Like, all right. He's like, turns back to Ryan. He's like, all right, keep your powder dry. And then he kind of turns back. He starts getting the keys out. He's and, starts putting the keys in the ignition.
Mm-hmm.
Was that Terry coughing, or was
And
that just
I
you
look
coughing?
at him. Terry, are you okay?
And you also have a little bit of a coughing fit as well.
Oh, no. Okay. Everybody start looking around.
All right. Yeah,
This is literally Marble Hornet.
it's dark all around. And as you guys are looking around, Terry flips on the headlights, and there is definitely a figure standing directly in front of the car, facing all of you.
God.
God.
So Terry freaks the fuck out. He's like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?"
Okay.
So what are you guys?
Look,
I'm gonna need courage ratings from both you and Ryan at this point.
All right, 4.
5.
But 4 because he only has 4 humanity.
That's true. All right. Ironically, Ryan is the only one that doesn't go into frenzy.
Steven goes into frenzy.
You just freak the fuck out. Like, you just start babbling incoherently.
In Latin.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Like, you just start
I'm
reciting.
warding. I'm doing signs. I'm warding.
Yeah, basically, yeah. You're trying to do, like, magic of warding, but you're crazy. Like, you're just doing whatever.
Yeah.
This is what Ryan sees. You have just kind of blacked out.
Okay.
So yeah, Ryan, you see Steven just freak the fuck out, start talking in other languages and making weird hand signals.
Wow.
Terry is also seems to be freaking out. You're the only one who kind of regains any sort of composure.
All right, time to step up, Malkavian.
I guess. So what is the figure like?
It is a very tall, emaciated figure. It seems to be made completely of ebony or obsidian of some kind. It looks, you're not sure exactly, but it looks to be standing maybe like 7-8 feet tall.
So is it
Horribly gaunt.
Does it like seem to absorb the light as the light hits it?
It seems to be like almost impossibly thin, like absolutely emaciated. And as light hits it, it just is like engulfed in the blackness. It does seem vaguely humanoid to you, but only vaguely.
Oh. Okay. Pieces. What do I do with this? Well, okay, so I will spend a blood point to prepare celerity for next turn.
Okay.
And Well, I don't want to abandon my friends, so I'll
So you're
I'll
not just
try to
gonna run
shoot
away.
you. I'll shoot it with my sawed-off shotgun.
All right. Are you gonna like poke your head out the window to do that, basically, or?
Oh God. How about I'll only poke my arm out?
All right. That's gonna really increase the difficulty on
Yeah.
this.
All right, fine.
All right. Give me
Would
a
I
dex.
have time? Would I be able in
Mhm.
one turn to open the car door?
And crouch behind it.
Yeah, I would say yes.
Yeah, stay behind that. All right, cool. So I'll do that. So I'm behind the open car door and firing around it.
All right. Dexterity plus firearms.
Is so it's 6.
Okay.
No, sorry, 5.
Okay. So you pull the trigger, and the gun doesn't fire. There's nothing whatsoever that happens. It seems like it's jammed. At this point, Terry is in a panic. He slams on the gas, and the car just rockets forward, and you black out as well. Everyone blacks out.
Damn it.
And that is the end of the first act of
All right.
this chronicle.
Okay, so something different has definitely happened then.
Yeah.
We just lost a fight to Slender Man.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck.
Interesting.
So, there's that.
There's that. So they're all now captured by Slender Man in a forest in the middle of Illinois.
So I see you've been watching Marvel Hornets, Zach.
I did take a little bit of inspiration from that, yes.
It's a nice touch that Jonathan was brought to a park and everything.
This is not, strictly speaking, Slender Man, of course, but there was a little bit of inspiration there.
Yeah. Very good.
I thought it was,
It's a
I
good
actually
monster.
did think, I was watching it, I thought, this is actually a really interesting setting that I don't think I've ever seen in a role-playing game before, which is, where it came from.
Yeah, it's a good monster. How it fucks with electronics and stuff.
Yeah.
Really cool.
It's weird with how overused it is that I don't think I've ever seen it in, like, a pen and paper role-playing game.
Well, I mean, it's too recent still.
Yeah.
It's only a few years old. It's only getting its first major motion picture now.
Well, there was that one shitty one that was made, like...
Yeah, well, now there's going to be another shitty one.
Alright, so what did we learn? We'll start with Jonathan.
I learned that werewolves can change into human forms. I don't think I've seen that before.
Okay. Ryan, what did you learn?
That there's a fucking Slender Man?
Or a Slender Man-like creature.
There is a Slender Man.
Yes. And Steven.
And I learned about time dilation and teleporting people, too. That it is possible to do these things.
Well, no, we got knocked out for 2 days.
Yeah. So just, once again, this is sort of a little background information for anyone watching. The other major inspiration for this was the Blair Witch Project. With the whole... Slenderman also does, like, time dilation stuff, but mainly the time stuff was... and, like, the weird time-space things was a Blair Witch Project.
Uh-huh. I assume we don't get to spend experience points.
No. You do not.
Yes, we do. Why not?
Why? We have tons of time.
We've been blacked out.
You've
we can
been
learn new
blacked
skills.
out. You don't learn
Well,
anything.
we don't know how much time though we're gonna
Yeah,
have.
we
Could
may
be
have,
loads. It could
we
be
may
nothing.
have drank a point of blood and gotten new disciplines while we were blacked
That's
out.
true.
Well, apparently I have at least 2 days more than you do.
As being blacked out somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
This
then.
is like our Persona 5 race. We're days ahead of each other.
Alrighty then.
Alright, so I'm going to
Nothing
stop the
happens.
recording here.
All right.
Bye bye.
See ya.